The anime begins with a scene of a magical world. Everyone in this world can do magic, and good magicians have a higher rank in society. People use magic even in their everyday routine work. Everyone has marks on their faces because of magic, and those who don't have marks on their faces get significant consequences. Mash is working out in a forest far from the city. After working out, he eats his favorite cream puff. He cannot use any magic because he doesn't have any marks on his face. There is a house in this forest, and Regro Burnedead lives in it, who is Mash's father. He is drinking tea when Mash comes inside by breaking the door. He is very angry with Mash, but Mash says sorry to him and goes outside to fix the door. However, he completely breaks the door, which makes Regro even angrier. Mash and Regro are drinking tea at the table. Here, Mash asks Regro why he doesn't allow him to practice magic. Regro doesn't tell him that he is unable to learn magic because he doesn't have a mark on his face. Regro goes out, making excuses, and tells Mash not to go to the city side in his absence. But Mash goes to the city to buy cream puffs, which are on sale. Mash counts the coins in excitement and gives them to the shopkeeper. But the shopkeeper notices that all the coins have been bent. Then, Mash takes the coins back from the shopkeeper, bends them back into the correct shape, and the shopkeeper is shocked to see this. Suddenly, the wind blows his coat off his head, and everyone notices that Mash has no mark on his face. On the other side, Brad, who is a policeman, is reading in a newspaper that Rain has earned the name of Divine Visionary at Eastern Magical Academy. He becomes jealous. Then, Brad receives a report about Mash, revealing that Mash has no mark on his face. Just then, as Mash is trying to leave the city, he accidentally bumps into the policeman, and his cream puff sticks to the policeman's uniform. The policeman gets very scared at this. Then, Mash tears his shirt so that he will clean it. Meanwhile, Brad comes there to kill Mash because he has no mark on his face, but suddenly, Regro also comes there and saves him. Brad then creates a bird by his magic to follow Mash. Upon reaching the room, Mash apologizes to Regro, and Regro punishes him by making him do the training routine again. Mash then goes out for a workout, and when he comes back, he notices some disturbance inside the house while standing at the door. Mash forcefully beats one of Brad's partners to save his father. Then, Brad uses his magic, but it has no effect on Mash. Brad is impressed by Mash's physical strength and proposes a deal with Mash to get admission to Eastern Academy and win the prize and title of Divine Visionary so that Brad can obtain the prize. Mash accepts the deal for the sake of peace. Then, he goes to the academy while thinking about the piece of Regro. The scene shifts, and we see Mash at the Eastern Academy for admission, and Brad has also drawn a fake mark on his face so that no one becomes suspicious of him. This academy selects only 3% of students who have excellent magic skills. There are many students present in the academy for the entry test. Lucci is the instructor of this examination. He is watching all the students from the window and gets very angry by seeing Mash because he is doing physical fitness training. Regro and Brad also came there to see the examination. After some time, Lucci appears in front of all the students with magic, and everyone starts praising him. He gets happy at this, and then he arranges benches with paper and pen with magic. All the students there start attempting the questions. It is a very difficult test for Mash because he doesn't know anything about magic. He sees the question paper where letters are written without any pattern. He breaks the pencil with anger, due to which the letters are arranged automatically. Then, he gives his paper to Lucci. Lucci is very shocked at his performance. He clears more tests with his power, but then Lucci arranges a more difficult magical area with many tracks and sets 20 minutes to reach the finish line. In that area, Mash thinks about how to reach the finish line, but suddenly, Lemon comes there and asks him to work together. Mash agrees with her. Lemon trickily imprisons Mash with her magic and tells him that she did it out of compulsion. But Mash is also compelled to comfort Regro, so he moves forward, freed from his imprisonment. Meanwhile, a monster comes there and asks Lemon a riddle, but she doesn't reply to the monster's riddle. After that, the monster is about to attack Lemon, but Mash saves her. Then, they both reach the finish line by breaking through the walls. Everyone there tells Lucci that it is not a rule to break the walls for shortcuts. Then, Lemon saves Mash by telling the truth that she trapped Mash so that she could win the race and gain admission to the academy. Lemon reveals that she did it all at Lucci's behest, as he lured her into admission. Just then, Wahlberg, who is the headmaster, comes there and takes Mash to his room for the final interview. There, the headmaster asks him some questions and challenges him to fight. He lives up to the headmaster's expectations and secures admission. After that, the teacher teaches magic to open the lock, but Mash breaks it with his hand. The teacher gets very shocked, and Finn is irritated by seeing Mash. After some time, Finn goes to his room, and Mash also comes there by breaking the door because he is Finn's roommate. There, they both become friends and eat cream puffs. Mash asks Finn if he can borrow his broom for tomorrow's class because he has brought a burdock for himself instead of a broom. Finn is surprised to see it and then gives his broom to Mash. The following day, the teacher tries to teach everyone how to apply magic to a broom. She tells the students to utter the word fly, and when they say the word, the broom begins to fly and comes into the student's hand. Mash, being a non-wizard, tries it several times, but as expected, it does not fly. Everyone makes fun of his slow learning process. Mash smashes his foot on the ground with anger, and the broom is lifted to the ground at Mash's arm height. He catches the broom to make it look like he performed magic. Students accuse Mash of cheating, but he ignores them. The teacher is now planning to teach broom magic to the next level, so she asks Mash and another student to ride the broom and fly. This time, Mash challenges his classmate. Then, the teacher utters the word. Mash flies quickly and reaches the finish line because he has already thought about what he would do to win. It's also a massive surprise for the teacher because he has set a new record for speed. No one noticed, but Finn knows what Mash did to win the task. Then, Mash calls another student a loser. After some time, Lloyd Cavils comes there and introduces himself to Mash and says he is impressed with his abilities. Lloyd apologizes on behalf of another student and requests that Mash wouldn't call him a loser as he was Lloyd's friend. Then he leaves, taking the losing classmate with him. He punches the boy's face until it bleeds as a punishment. On the way, Mash asks Finn who Lloyd is and why everyone is afraid of him. Finn is an old student like Lloyd, so he tells Mash about Lloyd's family, that they are in the Bureau of Magic, and if anyone tries to mess with Lloyd. His parents use their strong influence and coordinate with the vice principal because he is loyal to Lloyd's family. That's why no one wants to get into a fight with Lloyd. The next day, Mash takes the book from his bag and is amazed to see that the book is in bad condition. His classmates start laughing at his carelessness. At the same time, Lloyd comes to Mash and wants to know why he did not join him yesterday, but Mash replies that he is baking his favorite cream puffs. Once Lloyd leaves, Mash prepares for the next class and finds a book in his bag which is badly torn. Then he joins Finn's desk and asks him to lend him his book, but he declines. Then, Mash takes out a paper bag of cream puffs that he saved for Finn and gives it to him. The next day, Lloyd intentionally spills water from his glass and asks Mash to clean it properly. On the other side, Lloyd goes to Finn and orders him to burn Mash's clothes, but he refuses. At this, he beats Finn until he starts bleeding. Finn tells Mash that he tore his books to please Lloyd because Lloyd threatened to expel him from the school. Hearing this, Mash grabs Lloyd's hair and bangs his head many times on the floor. At this, Vice Principal Farman comes there and threatens to expel him. Mash also beats him badly with anger, but the head of the school burns his expulsion orders because he sees a caring person in Mash. After that, Tom invites him to play Duelo as he is so famous among girls. It's match day, but Mash doesn't even want to go to the ground. The audience shouts at him to play, but when they see that Mash will not play, they throw bottles and other waste on him. Tom and his team members start playing, but Mash is on the ground. Tom comes to Mash and asks him to play with skills. After that, an opposing team member hits Tom and he gets injured. Then Mash starts playing with his power and throws the ball toward the goal at a fast speed. As a result, their team wins and Mash saves the team's respect. He gets a silver coin for this. This news is printed in the newspaper, which Lance sees. Lance only destroys Mash's picture with his power. After some time, Lemon and Tom ask Mash to work, but he doesn't want to do anything. Then, Lance comes there and traps Mash's friends in his bottle. To save their life, Mash has to go to the school forest to meet Lance. In the forest, Lance shows 2 silver coins to Mash and asks him to fight to win the silver coin and for the life of his friends. Lance has 2 marks on his face because of his best magic skills. He uses his magic and beats Mash by increasing gravity. But Mash pulls the root of the tree from the ground and attacks Lance. At this, Lance gets afraid and his locket falls near to Mash. Lance tells Mash that his sister is currently suffering from a disease, due to which the mark is disappearing from her face. He wants to join the Magic Bureau to change its rules, so he is doing all this to save his sister's life. After that, he throws the magic bottle down from the mountain, but Mash takes this bottle with his power. Seeing the bottle empty, Mash takes another bottle from Lance's jacket and frees his friends. Then he asks Lance not to fight because they both want the same thing. Lance agrees with him, gives him a silver coin, and leaves. It is revealed that the academy has 3 dorms according to the abilities of students: Adler, Orca, and Lang. Adler is for courageous students, Orca is for willing students, and Lang is for ambitious students. Mash and Finn are sitting in the room when Mash comes to know that 5 silver coins are required to get a gold coin, so now he needs 3 more silver coins to get a gold coin. Suddenly, Lance comes there to help them with their homework, in which they have to make a potion. Lance takes them to the kitchen and gives them a living plant to make the potion. Mash makes a cream puff with this plant. Finn and Lance are shocked by this. On the other side, Dot beats the students because of pride. Abel says in the Lang dorm meeting that only the students of Lang dorm will become divine visionary. The following day, students are in the jungle for class. The teacher comes there and asks students of Adler and Lang's dorm to bring the stones from the scorpion's head. The students who will do this get a bronze or silver coin as a reward. After that, Silva, who has 2 magic lines on his face from Lang's dorm, approaches Mash and hits him with his magical stones. His attack makes Mash angry, but Lance stops him from fighting because it is a trick of Lang's dorm. After that, Mash meets with Dot, and suddenly they hear a voice from Lauren and go to save her. Her magic attracts Dot, and he falls in love with her. But Mash is not affected by her love magic. Then, she tells them that Silva harasses her a lot. At this, Dot gets angry and starts attacking Silva, but he defends himself with his stone magic. After that, Silva attacks Dot, and one of his stones accidentally hits Mash's cream puff, making Mash very angry. Silva starts laughing at Dot's condition. Silva makes a deal with Dot that he has to endure his 10 attacks, and if he can do this, Silva will not attack him. Silva also includes Mash in it, so Dot accepts his deal to save the lives of Mash and Lauren. Silva's first attack hits badly, but Dot stands up again to bear his remaining attacks. He continuously faces his 9 attacks, but the 10th one is so extreme that Dot's mouth starts bleeding. Nevertheless, he stands up again after the 10th attack, shocking Silva. Dot then asks Lauren to run with Mash, but she stands with Silva and makes fun of Dot. After seeing the condition of Dot, Mash challenges Silva to attack him. At this, Silva gets very angry and starts fighting with Mash. Mash withstands his attacks with his power and defeats him even after his 3rd attack. Seeing all this, Silva surrenders and asks Mash not to fight. Suddenly, a scorpion with a star-shaped coin appears, and Silva thinks that when the scorpion attacks Mash, he will escape. However, Mash punches the scorpion, causing it to fly away and leave its star-shaped coin behind. After that, Mash slams Lauren into the ground, leaving Dot in shock. Then he leaves from there to meet his friends. After some time, Mash is standing with his friends, and all his friends praise him. Then, a gold coin shines in his pocket, and at this, Lance tells Mash and his other friends that Langdorm's Magia Lupus is a group of 7 elite students, and they want one of their members to become a divine visionary, so they are taking coins from other groups. And Silva must be one of their lackeys. Since Mash has a gold coin, Lance tells him to stay away from Langdorm members and stay with his dormmates. The next day, Mash is lost and wonders where his next class is. While looking for his class, he finds a door and wonders whether he has to pull or push it to open. Meanwhile, Silva apologizes to the Langdorm's leader, Abel, for his failure, but Abel turns him into a doll. Abel then declares himself as the one worthy of becoming the next divine visionary. Mash then enters, holding the door, and says that he can't figure out whether he has to push or pull it to open it. He then mocks Abel by asking if he is talking to a doll. And that's the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, goodbye.